Hi, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast.
So I hear we're talking music this week.
We're talking music.
And what's fascinating
already
is, well, the minute you said that, music, you appointed the subject.
Yes.
Chose the subject. Isn't it interesting how the music that our children, my children, listen to now was the music that we listened to in the 60s?
Totally.
I think it's so fascinating.
And that, what is always, to me, tying into that is there an artist today that we'll be listening to 40 or 50 years from now? Will Lady Gaga be the Beatles of today? I don't think so. But when you think about it, you've got the Beatles, you've got the Stones, you've got the Who, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I mean, these are groups that our
kids are listening to.
And they love them, and they buy them, etc. But is there that, what is it? Why is that genre of music that we grew up with?
Timeless
totally
music.
Timeless. I mean, Mick Jagger, it's got to be 90. I mean, you know, the man's in a walker. Now,
and
of course, he
looks every minute of
Keith
it.
Richards looks like he's 90. But no, these are guys in their 60s, obviously, and they can still rock. Bruce Springsteen, these people, I mean, this has been decades and decades. Our music lives on. I want to ask you an important question, because I'm trying to think where I was, but where were you when Woodstock happened, and how old were you?
And that was what year?
Well, it was 40 years ago last year, so it was 69.
In 1969, where the heck was I? I was in New York.
I thought you would have been in Paris. You were not in
Paris?
Paris?
No, I was in Paris earlier in the 60s.
Okay.
And I didn't go to Woodstock.
I think we know. Now there's some shocking news. I think we know you didn't go to Woodstock. Why would I have ever thought you would have gone to Woodstock?
Why? I was cool.
No, first of all, you were not cool. Let's be honest. Were you cool?
I was not cool until I came back from Paris, but you know what? You're right. In 68 and 67 and 68, I was in Paris.
You were.
I was.
Yeah.
So that's the reason I didn't go.
Oh, yeah, good.
Thank goodness I got an excuse.
You sure would have. And I was only 13, so my mother would have killed me. But anyway, you
were probably wilder than I was.
Well, I was. I think I was. But I don't think you listened. In other words, if I'm going to talk about the music you listened to when you were younger in your days, I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, if it was
Janis age difference, by the way, even though I know you can't tell.
By the way, Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix, two boomer icons, both died 40 years ago, 15 days apart.
Wow.
That's my little tidbit for today. Found that on the frisky.com. No, just kidding. But I just don't think the genre of Woodstock was your genre. You know, more of that Janis Joplin kind of...
No, it definitely wasn't.
Yeah, although they ran the gamut. Country Joe and the Fish. You had a little bit of everything. Richie Havens, you might have...
See, I didn't know from, mind-altering drugs until I came back.
Now that you're a boomer.
And I am playing catch-up, folks. For
sure. Doing very well at it, actually.
No, I mean, seriously, I didn't know until, because I was a news person. I was very, very focused on studies and that kind of thing.
You were a good
girl.
I was not so good. Now that my parents have passed away, I can be honest. I was not good. But the other interesting difference between today and yesterday, not to sound old, is how many times would we sit in our parents' car and my father, get that crap off the radio. It was the Beatles. Get that crap off the radio, and the Beach Boys. Crap. But now you drive in the car.
Music that my kids are listening to.
You listen to the Lady Gagas.
That is, to me,
in fact, I want to start to show
such a fascinating.
This is for you, Anne-Marie Eigner. There they are.
Who are they?
Lady Antebellum.
Ah,
Lady Antebellum.
Now this is
a good example of.
In fact, I was going to bring my phone in and have Beth call me so that you could hear it.
Oh, you should have done that. That would have been cute.
What's my ringtone?
Lady Antebellum. I don't know which song it is, though.
Used to be Lady Gaga, but now it's Lady Antebellum.
And this is my girl.
And by the way,
who has lived on and on.
She's looking really good
this
there,
is
by the way.
Excellent picture you found of the Queen of Soul, I must say, because she has put on. Shall I be honest? That she put on a little weight.
We're told not to block your face when you hold these photos up.
She looks gorgeous in this.
And by the way, we want to thank all our fans for writing in. We posted something yesterday on music and whom we should be paying tribute to, and
we got
we got a lot of comments.
And I'll tell you, it's interesting because it also shows the boomer demographic is very large. There's, it's a 20-year gap, 1946 to 1964. So we heard everything from, the Crosby, Stills, and Nashes to the Gene Pitneys and the Roy Orbisons of the older boomer. And the younger boomer was, listening maybe Joni Mitchell, Laura Nyro. I always have to put in a plug for Laura Nyro, which everybody doesn't know, but I love her, and I'm just going to say her name. And I'm sorry she died. And then there is the real Motown boomer, which was me. Yeah. I remember my college roommate, Candace, whose last name I won't use because she doesn't want people to know she knows us. But when I walked in to our first college dorm room together, the way I got to know what is my new roommate going to be like is, of course, I went running over to her, something called a record album. Many of you may remember those things.
Well, the boomers
do. Looking through her records really fast before she got into the room, and it was all Hot Tuna, Jefferson Airplane, and Grateful Dead. And then my music was, of course, Marvin Gaye, Aretha Franklin, the Supremes. I was a Motown girl. I really was born to be a pip. I've told you that. Not born to be Gladys Knight, but born to be a pip. I've always wanted to be a backup singer.
You have become a pip.
Thank you very much. I've become a black backup singer. I knew that. I knew that. But so that was the way I said, oh my God, we are never going to get along. Our music is so different. She must be like a hippy dippy, and I am like this funky broad.
And you merged.
We were fun. In fact, music brought us together.
Friends,
music brought us together, along with some other things. We were in college in the 70s.
And music does that. I think music has brought their generations together. But what I find absolutely fascinating is the fact that the kids are listening to our music now. Yeah, there's some new artists mixed in, and of course there are lots of new artists.
Yeah, they've been listening to our music for quite some time.
Your Queen of Soul is still the Queen of Soul.
I mean, I know we're going to a James Taylor concert, for example, the James Taylor Carole King. Which is, these are boomer icons, but I will guarantee you, there will be 16-year-olds at that concert. There will be 20-year-olds at that concert loving James Taylor, a 65-year-old man, as much as we love him. And it's fascinating how music has really brought the generations together as opposed to the way it used to divide us. When Elvis started to shake, our parents were like, turn off the TV, and we were watching him covertly.
What is interesting is, Frank Sinatra, I didn't listen to Frank Sinatra.
And
which
your
was
dad,
which my parents did.
Loved Frank Sinatra.
Of course.
Loved him, but that wouldn't have been cool.
No.
And then I wanted, because tonight, of course, is my favorite show of all time, and this is an interesting
Mine
phenomenon.
too, by the way. Yeah, interesting.
This is the cast of Glee, because not only is this they're very young, obviously they represent high school, but a lot of the music they cover is boomer music. Journey. They did Journey, which was I forget, now I'm blanking out on the song, but that's okay. John Lennon's Imagine. That's my boomer brain. John Lennon's Imagine they did. Cyndi Lauper's True Colors.
But I think this show is fascinating.
Fantastic.
In that it has fans that are young and fans that are boomers, which I think is fascinating.
Glee
we don't have much time left.
Glee is a phenomenon because it appeals again to every single person.
And I love this girl.
This is a phenomenon too, whether you like it or not. Gaga, she is kooky and crazy, but her music is good, and I love her as much as a teeny bopper. I'm a teeny bopper.
This is wishful thinking on our part, right?
And everybody loves the
course.
Beatles, the Beatles, of course.
What's
and
left
then
of
we
them.
have a boomer Broad Salute of the Week, and I did this for you, Anne-Marie Eigner.
Thank you.
Because you already know who it's going to be.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's always a shock to
I
me.
think this is your favorite boomer broad, who really, we don't look upon her as much as a broad as maybe we are, but she is. We salute you, Anne-Marie Eigner's favorite performer, Carly Simon.
Poor thing. She doesn't perform in public anymore.
Well, she has stage fright, as you know, and she has, I think, put out a fairly recent album, though she can still record, but she doesn't perform, and it would be, that's a big miss. Yeah. Because we love her.
Love her. Everything
Carly.
She's ever done, and we want to say a special shout out this week
to
Chanel, who's leaving us. Chanel, you want to give us a question of the week? She said out of the bowl right there. Why don't you reach in quickly and hand us one?
Okay, I hope it's a good one, Chanel, or you're going to have to stay. That's your punishment. Pregnancy or adoption? There's a boomer question.
At this stage, I would say adoption. Okay.
And there you have it. Anne-Marie's adopting a young child. More on that next week.
Check us out. Wait. Stay in touch. Facebook, YouTube, or our website.
Or Turning Point TV.
Or Turning Point TV. Stay in touch, all right? Have a great week.